He went and did it. I was taping All American Girl in Los Angeles. I flew my parents down to LA. They're in the studio audience watching. And before we start taping, hair and makeup are, they're primping me right there on set. And I turned to the studio audience, and I wasn't even sure where my parents were. I go, Mom, Dad. I said, look at me. I'm a doctor on TV. Like, that's what I said. I'm finally a doctor on TV, though. And the entire audience starts laughing because they understood, every medical school, it's like 80% Asian in the country. So that's what they expect. But it was a wonderful, wonderful moment to have my parents over there. And Margaret, it's so funny because later they interviewed her and she talked about how we were in a relationship during the filming of it, which is not true, or there was no romance that happened. And then someone from Entertainment Weekly called me and says, we need a quote from you, especially since you and Margaret were dating on the show. And I said, well, to be honest, I think that happened in an alternate universe. Yes. So I use a sci-fi term to answer this thing. And then when I said that, they printed that, and she read that, and she called and left me a 10-minute message apologizing profusely.